समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Okay, now this 39th verse. यच्चापि सर्वभूतानां बीजं तदहमर्जुन न तदस्ति विना यत् स्यान् मया भूतं चराचरम्. And whatsoever is the seed of all beings, there also am I. That also am I, O Arjuna. There is no being, whether moving or unmoving, that can exist without me. Now look at this. I mean, this is a big statement, huh? Now, when he says me, again, please remember, it is not Krishna. He is talking about the Parabrahma Paramatma. He says, I am that which is the seed of all, ye bijam, huh? Sarva bhutanam bijam. That means of all things that exist, moving or unmoving, he calls himself the seed. He calls himself seed, tadah marjuna. Now, देखो seed अगर आप कहते हैं, तो he understand that as the source of all creation, just like the seed, is the source of the tree. Okay, in the dormant form of the seed is the dormant form of the tree. It has the complete life potential of a tree. So similarly, and it looks harmless, it looks like nothing, it can do nothing, and there's no quality of a tree in the seed if you look at the seed. But the seed has the dormant life potential of a full grown, big, huge tree, and its flowers and its fruits and everything else. So here it is, he says that every possible thing in the world, moving or unmoving, he says, na bhutam char acharam. Char acharam means that which can move and that which cannot move. Now, so he says, but he says it cannot exist without me. Dekho, now the seed. Seed destroys itself to become a plant. So any student who is thinking carefully will say, okay, if he is the seed and the tree comes out of it, then that means Parabrahma is destroyed after that. Because seed becomes the effect. Tree becomes the effect, and the seed is destroyed when the tree comes up. So they say that according to this simile that he is giving, I am the seed, that means Brahman is destroyed. But it is not that Brahman is destroyed. He does not say that. He means to say that I am the potential. I am the potential for creation in everything. So this is just a poetic way of expressing. Just like you say, in relation to the ocean, the wave is nothing else but the ocean. What is the cause of the wave? The ocean. The ocean does not destroy itself when a wave is created. The ocean is still there. And he says as if to support his statement, he says, na tadasti vinayasya. He says that, and there is no being, whether moving or unmoving, that can exist without me. That means he is still there. He is not destroyed. When he exists, only then other things can exist. है ना? Okay, to give you another example, the rope and the snake. If the rope says that all parts of the snake are in me, or I am the bij, I am the creator of the snake, he is not wrong. The snake cannot exist without the rope. You know, when you see the rope as a snake, the snake cannot exist without the substratum of the rope. So the moving snake or the unmoving snake, hmm, or whatever part of the snake is there possible only because of the rope. So the snake supports the rope. The snake cannot exist without the rope. Got it? Hmm. So this it is, he's saying the same thing, that it is the source, it is the cause of the mouth of the snake, it is the cause of the tongue of the snake, it is the cause of the eyes, the scales, and the head and the tail of the snake, isn't it? So the rope is the cause of the entire snake. It also supports the snake. Supposing you remove the rope, can anybody see the snake? No. No rope, no snake can exist. It is like that. Just try to understand the example. Huh? The snake can exist only because of the rope. Here he's saying the same thing. He said that nothing can exist without me. So if you remove the rope, the snake is removed automatically. So understand it this way, that the bij is the dormant form of the tree. That is all. हाँ. Now then you come to the question कि अच्छा ठीक है, अगर seed में है, हाँ, तो seed form में है, तो who created the seed? Who created the seed? This is the same question the children ask you when they go to school and they come back and they said, okay mom, what came first, the egg or the hen? Huh? Or the seed or the tree? This is the same question. Huh? If the tree is there, then the seed came first. If the seed is there, where did the seed come from? It came from the tree. So it's a perpetual thing, na? Seed and tree, and who came first? Or hen and the egg. If there is an egg, then there has to be a hen, right? And where did the hen come from? From the egg. So where did that egg come from? वो बच्चे वो खेल करते हैं ना, and then they go on and on that. The truth of the matter is that neither the it is neither the egg nor the hen. The cause is something else. Carefully. The the egg and the hen belong to this tangible world, what is real to you, but the cause of the egg and hen both is something other than the egg or the hen. And that cause is the Parabrahma Paramatma, because of which it cannot be. It cannot be. This is the same thing as the wave in the ocean. Without the ocean, the wave cannot be. Whether the wave is there or not, the ocean will still be. The ocean creates every part of the wave, but the wave is nothing else but the ocean. So वो जो examples अपने common Vedantic examples हैं, everybody knows and everybody has understood. ठीक है? Now, okay, what is the next? He says, हाँ, now even a thing like pralay, जो अपने शास्त्रों में प्रलय का example है. Now pralay is nothing else but going back into that same form, going back into the same original form from which it came. It does not get destroyed. Pralay does not mean destruction. Pralay means going back into the same form, just like a dream goes back into your mind. The reality is only the mind which had projected the dream, created the dream, sustained the dream, and then the dream goes back into the mind. So it is, what is the reality of the dream? The mind. तो वो ड्रीम का प्रलय माइंड में होता है. Take it like that. So it is like this. Okay. So you can say, acha, isko na Westerners, Gurudev has given it here. Westerners translate it as, uh, Ati, iska naam hai Hiranyagarbh, the causeless cause. The causeless cause, the Parabrahma, is called the Hiranyagarbha. That is the Nidhi, that is the Sanchit form of all creatures. And from that comes out. So, जब आप हिरण्य गर्भ कहते हैं, हिरण्य means gold, and गर्भ, the egg or the productive power or the womb or whatever you may call. So then they translated it as the golden egg, which is the very wrong translation. There is no egg as such. There is no egg as such. It is the womb of creation. It is the womb of all things that you can see and feel and experience. Now, see, he over here, when he says that it is me and it is all, everything is me, he is identifying with all the vasanas of all the creatures, and he says that they are all in me and come from me and go back into me. So okay, now then let us do, ये हमने कर लिया है. Okay, we've done this. So, na tadastha vina, ye, please understand that the next line gives you the assurance that the beej, this beej, does not get destroyed. Huh? He says, because it is still supporting, he says that nothing can exist without me. Okay, so that Parabrahma has to be there. It is still there. Okay, now come to the awareness form of Parabrahma is still there. He is only there. He is the one there. He is the only thing there. Oh, okay. Nantoste mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa eshatu dveshata prokto vibhuter vistaro maya. There is no end to my divine glories, O Parantapa, but this is but a brief statement by me of the particulars of my divine glories. See, he has listed 54 glories in this Vibhuti Yog. 54 glories, एक के बाद उन्होंने बताई हैं कि इसमें मैं ये हूँ, पेड़ों में मैं पीपल हूँ, all kind of glories he has said. Now, when he has said all these are vibhutis, but he says that this is a very small fraction of what I am. He says that I cannot narrate to you the entire. In short, just understand that I am everywhere, I am in everything, and everything exists only in me and because of me. The one in many, you know that idea of the one in many? That is what he is trying to say there. So the Lord is only providing ek karke examples to Arjun because Arjun had asked that how can I see you? In what all can I perceive you? So this is a very interesting Gurudev sentence that there is an art to see the unseen in the seen. देखो कितना इंटरेस्टिंग ये सेंटेंस है. The art of seeing the unseen in the seen. So the Lord over here is describing to you the scene. He is describing to you what you can see and how through your perceptive power try to see the actual cause of what you are seeing. Try to see the rope through the snake. The snake is seen. Try to see the rope because the reality is not the snake. The reality is the rope. So he's saying over here that my divine glories, this is just a brief statement of me, of the particulars of my divine glories. So he is, and he just chooses just a few examples to give you, to categorize himself and to tell you what he is. Now come to the next verse. There's nothing much in this particular verse. Now he says, Yadyadvibhutimastatvam Srimadurjitamev va tattadevavagachatvam Mama tejonsha sambhavam. This is an interesting verse. It says, whatever that is glorious, prosperous, or powerful in any being, that know you to be a manifestation of a part of my splendor. He says, मैं एक अंश, ये देखो, तेजो अंश संभवम. In the second line, last, he says, I express myself through a particle. Ansh is just a small particle of myself. I express all this. Now, the moment he says Ansh, a Vedantic student immediately props up. Okay, if he's saying Ansh, so then he has parts. You said that the Brahman has no parts. अगर वो ये कह रहे हैं कि मेरे एक अंश से, तो that means a part of him? No, no. See, the thing is that it is like space. He is like space. When you, how, space cannot be divided, right? But when you say, now look at this, when you say the room space, or you say the space in this jar, jar space, or pot space, है ना? तो ये आपने डिवीजन करे हैं अलग अलग, this space, this space, this space, है ना? हाँ. So it is not that space is divided, space is the same. It is your created divisions. And therefore he says, just a part, just anshmatra, part, small part of me, say मैं ये सारे में स्थित हूँ. क्योंकि what we see is our own solar system. Or we see the stars and the planets in the sky. How do you know that this is all? You don't. You have not even reached up to the Mars or the moon or this or that to see कि वहाँ पे क्या है. We are only trying, है ना? And we go on trying. Even if you reach there, this is just one solar system amongst thousands of solar systems. And your sun, mind you, is a full stop in space. And the sun is much larger than the earth. फिर आप क्या हुए? आप क्या हुए? You are a microcosmic speck of dirt sitting in one corner of the universe. ठीक है? Trying to figure out who supports the universe. सोच के देखो आप, how will you figure that out? Who are you in the first place? And for how long are you there in the first place? What are your powers? They are very limited. Very, very limited. Intellect is limited. Mind is limited. All these intellect and mind and senses only function in the sphere of the known. And all this huge thing is unknown to you. Unknown to you. There is no end to knowledge. Even Einstein said this. Can you imagine? He said that I am only collecting pebbles on the seashore of knowledge. Look at the humble statement. Because he, as a great, great scientist, understood that the knowledge that he has is so minute, so tiny. Imagine, look at the words, collecting pebbles on a seashore. Just imagine. Just imagine the scope of knowledge. So we know nothing, and yet we are trying to find out. So to question Ishvara, this is only a part of Ishvara which is manifest to you and me. Therefore, these 54 vibhutis that he lists, the Lord is only helping Arjuna to see what, to see him through what Arjuna is capable of seeing. But he cannot see the whole. He just cannot see the whole. So the Lord has to build stories. The Lord has to tell stories. है ना? Like when a child asks that, Mummy, where did I come from? The mother just tells him some story. That a stork brought you in a bundle and came and dropped you on our terrace, and then we opened the bundle and there you were. So, this kind of, so the Lord is telling stories because nothing can express the glory and the might of the Lord. Look what he says here. He says Srimad. He says Urjit. Urjit means powerful. Some people keep this name. Urjit means very, very powerful. Srimad, Srimad means belonging to the Lord. देखो श्रीमद का मतलब है that glory which belongs to the Lord. And श्रीमद में सब आ जाता है, श्री आ जाता है. Now श्री में क्या क्या आता है? श्री में आता है कांति, कीर्ति, धन, धान्य, संतान, गृह, सौभाग्य, वर, and vidya. All these things come under Shri, Lakshmi, prosperity, wealth. Wealth is not just money. आपके पास money है, but you don't have all these others, तो आप श्रीमान नहीं हैं. देखो हमारे यहाँ कितना ब्यूटीफुल फॉर्म ऑफ एड्रेस है. इट इज नॉट जस्ट मिस्टर एंड मिसेस. श्रीमान means he who has wealth, who has wealth of all kinds, all these, who has dhan, dhanya, greh, kirti, saubhagya, all these things he has. Therefore he is called Shriman. And Shrimati, जिसकी मति श्री जैसी है. A lady who is generous, who is all this thing, who has Shri, जो अपने थ्रिफ्टली खर्च करते हैं, जो अपने बुद्धि के हिसाब से ठीक से उस श्री को निभाती हैं. That is श्रीमती. And श्रीमान. कितने, how, what beautiful forms of address we have. ठीक है ना? It's not just anything कि कुछ भी नाम रख लो अपना. Now ये देखो, ये ब्राह्मण इज निरंश. अंश मीन्स पार्ट. यहां जब वो ये कहते हैं कि ये मेरा ये तेज का एक अंश है, ही डज नॉट मीन डिवाइडेड पार्ट. ही मीन्स जस्ट अ पोर्शन ऑफ इट विच यू कॉल अ पोर्शन. में ये पूरा जगत स्थित है. एंड सो ही सेज, he says whatever is glorious, prosperous or powerful, urjit, powerful, in any being is me. Know you to be a manifestation of a part of my splendor. It is an ansh of the tejas of the Lord. And tejas cannot be divided. He only means to say that I have to spend just a particle of it. And you are there, you are created. So it is not such a big, just a ray of the Lord's glory. Gurudev writes, it's an expression of the ray, a single ray of the Lord's great glory. So it is, it is not just the good things. Gurudev used to say that anything that makes that thing is there. See, he used to say, I am the vulgarity of the vulgar. Also, the Lord can say, this is Gurudev's words, not mine. I am the vulgarity of the vulgar, I am the criminality of the criminal, that is his essential quality. So understand it that anything good or bad, alive or moving or not moving, everything is him alone. Again, the example of the dream, that in the dream, good, bad, ugly, anything that is created in the dream belongs to your mind alone, isn't it? So if the mind says that I support the entire dream through just a thought, the mind is not wrong. Mind has many other functions, but this just one thought will create a dream. Come to the last one. Athva bahunayten kim gyatena tavarjuna vishtabhyahamidam kritsnam ekanshena sthito jagat. But of what avail to thee is the knowledge of all these details, O Arjuna? I exist supporting this whole world by one part of myself. ही सेज कि मैंने इतने सारे लिस्ट कर दिए आपको ओनली फॉर योर for the ease of your sadhana, that you are able to perceive me and my glory. Wherever you see anything exceptional, even exceptional criminality, even exceptional deceit, understand that it is only supported by the power of the Lord. Otherwise, that person can do nothing. Hmm? So it is only in not only the glory but everything. देखो ये जो word है ना अथवा, this chant starts with athva, isn't it? So athva means or, as Gurudev has translated over here, but it means or. Let us put it another way, like you say, let us put it this way. So he has already listed everything. If that is not enough, then he says, okay, chalo, अब मैं ये कहता हूँ, or I am putting it this way. What is he putting it as? What avail to thee is the knowledge of all these details, O Arjuna. तुम इन सब details को छोड़ो, जैसे आप कहते हैं ना, forget about these. He says, I exist supporting this whole world. Even the capacity to appreciate beauty is given to certain people. Everybody cannot appreciate. If you can appreciate beauty, if you can understand an intellectual idea, if some new creative idea comes to you, it is all given to you by him. It comes from somewhere. It is not you. You alone can do nothing. So that is what he's saying over here, that I support this whole world. अच्छा, ये जो जगत वर्ड यूज करा है ना इस यहाँ पर, he says that जगत, सारा जगत स्थित है ना. Now jagat does not, in philosophical language, in the Hindu philosophical language, jagat does not mean just what you see. Jagat has got different areas. It only means your entire area of experience. That is what jagat means. Your emotional world, your intellectual world, your scientific world, your perception, your intuition, your experience of anything, and of course the objective world of reality, they all constitute jagat. And also, the word jagat has in its phonetic meaning constant change. जग 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 जग, वो उसका phonetic meaning है कि वो continuously change होता है, continuously change होता है. So whatever you see, even your feelings change, isn't it? Sometimes you love the same person, then you start hating the same person. That is why how divorces take place. That is how separations take place, isn't it? The same person that you fell in love with is now the person you hate. Change ho gaya na? Intellectual ideas. You do a research and you come out with some meaning, and then you say, no, but that was wrong. Now this is it. Ho gaya na change? Huh? Ho gaya change. And in the world of matter, so everything changes. A house is built, a house is broken down, and a new house is built, and something else is made there, and the road is broken, and a new flyover is made. Kahin kuch, kahin kuch, kahin kuch. So it is a constantly changing world. So you and I, if we are foolish enough to hold on to any one thing, we are the fools, knowing the nature of the world, that it will change. That is the nature of the objective or subjective, even subjective reality. But the Lord says that I am in everything, not only the glorious, I am in the good, bad, and ugly, and glorious and powerful, and whatever you think about it, I am in all that. So, ये जो है, Jagat is not just the gross world. Jagat is the entire world. I've just explained to you. In Sanskrit also it means the same. In philosophical language also it means the same. It includes a whole area of experience. Whatever experience you have constitutes this Jagat. And he says that I am neither contaminated by it, nor am I nor does it affect me in any possible way, good or bad. The Lord is saying, because you know how, when you see a dream, the dream cannot contaminate you. It is a projection of your own mind and it goes back into the mind. It cannot, if in the dream a tiger eats you up, in the real world it has not happened. It hasn't happened. So understand that this whole jagat that is projected is uncontaminated by any disturbance. The Lord remains he says, I am unaffected by it. I created, but I am unaffected by this whole jagat. So let us finish here. Om Tatsaditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishastu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Vibhuti Yogo Nam Dashamodhyayah. This is Vibhuti Yoga, the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. And he has explained this is the 10th chapter finishing. So this is Tatsad Iti. Therefore, I end here. It says, and this is the chapter, this is the subject matter. See, this was oral tradition at that time. No? So, in oral tradition, after every beginning of chapter, you have to say which chapter it is, who is speaking, what is the question asked, and all that. And then at the end of the chapter, you have to close the chapter by saying, this chapter holds this particular knowledge. It is a dialogue between this one and that one, and it is about this. So here it finishes. We finish the 10th chapter today. Next time, 11th chapter. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.